Hey guys, just wanted to remind you that we are giving away awesome stuff all the time. And all you guys got to do to enter is go to livelifecustom.com or grinder-tv.com. And for every $5 you guys spend on either one of those websites, you get one entry into the drawing.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Hey, welcome to the show. Hey, welcome to the custom life.
Whoa.
Well,
Wrong
because
video.
I saw your shirt. I love that. This is one of my favorite shirts.
So I'm able to wear different shirts now. So I'm starting to pick them at different areas of my closet because they're fitting better.
Is that a 3X?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're not there yet. Let's not get ahead of ourselves there.
Sorry. I'm all putting you on blast on what size shirt you're wearing.
I know.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Edit that out.
Different shirts fit differently.
Yes,
So,
no,
like,
for sure,
I have-
definitely. I'm actually wearing a Next Level right now, and I don't like them. Like, you know me, like we've had this conversation before. I don't think I've really Well, first of all, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Drop of Frank and Brian. I'm Frank,
I'm Brian.
and this is the show, which I called the Custom Life a few minutes ago, but that's beside the point.
That's all right.
But anyway, different brand shirts definitely fit differently. I'm wearing a Next Level. These shirts are weird. Like, they are. Well, this is funny because this is how they advertise them. And if you've been on Instagram, then you've seen these these ads for I forget what I don't know the brand names, and they're advertising these shirts as they show off your muscles and they're very fit in the chest,
Yeah.
but then they're very floofy at the bottom, for your belly, I guess. I don't know. And what's funny is these are just rebranded Next Level shirts or Bella Canvas shirts. They're not. These companies aren't producing their own shirts or anything like that.
Yeah.
These are just regular shirts. So anyway, the Next Level ones, I just don't like them. They're just not for that reason. They're just really tight up top and really wide at the bottom.
Merch is funny like that, or T-shirts are funny like that because everybody's body type is different. So
that's true.
For me, I could only wear when I was at my heaviest, or even now I even like to, is the AAA, or is it AAA? What is it?
Well, yeah, it's All Style. So that has a very interesting.
That has an interesting story, but even now the All Styles still they were a tad bit longer than most shirts, and so if I had a 4X All Style, a 4X, the All Style would fit. This one wouldn't. So in my closet, I have an entire section of 4XL T-shirts.
Oh, you've divided
divvied them up. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And like you were saying, even All Style has changed with the acquisition from Gildan, and now, I would get a red T-shirt from you, like a club T-shirt, and I couldn't wear it. It was so weird. And then, but a black one would fit. But then we did those In-N-Out T-shirts at one time, and they wouldn't fit. They were too short.
It's really weird. I've literally owned hundreds, if not thousands, of All Style shirts, and it's really strange because they will be very consistent. Well, until, like you said, until Gildan bought them out, and then they just went completely down. The quality of them aren't as they used to be.
Yeah.
But before that, even when they were still an independent brand, they'd be pretty consistent on their sizes. But every once in a while, one would pop up that would shrink a little. Or clothing is weird. Clothing is weird.
What brand have you gone towards? The Spectras?
The Spectras, yeah. So Brandon over at Field Market was really pushing to go through Spectra, and I'm always very hesitant to change brands. I'm a creature of habit. I
think most people are. Once you get especially with clothing and other things, but clothing in general, because you're not going to purchase something that's different than what you usually wear, because like I said, everybody, unless you're an extra large or large, I mean, you're an extra large, right? Or a large. So is that an XL Next Level?
This
or
is
large?
an XL Next Level because I can't wear, because I got a large one time and it was just it was too tight.
Yeah, but everybody's body type is different. Long, short, wide, bigger in the belly, bigger in the chest, bigger in the arms, bigger in the neck. So you find that brand that fits you and you don't want to change.
Which is funny because that's our business model, is selling T-shirts to people, basically.
Yeah.
There are other things, but that's basically it. And it's it's like you're trying to make this decision for like hundreds of people. Like you just have to just kind of go with a brand and stick with it. And the brand that I've stuck with for a long time was All Style, but now Spectra, which I'm pretty happy with. I know that you've printed a lot on Next Level shirts, and because people do want the softer shirt.
The trend, because trends change over time with clothing, and the trend right now is soft T-shirts.
Yeah, everybody wants super soft T-shirts,
except for bigger guys. Bigger guys do not want soft T-shirts. So I would make all mine on Next Level up to XL, and then double X and up was All Style. But that changed because Next Level's prices are like double what they used to.
They went up a lot. Yeah. They went up a whole bunch.
Brandon's like, well, this is how much this is, and this is how much this is. And I was like, we'll just go with that.
One.
Well, the nice thing about Spectra is they're pretty soft. Like
they're actually softer than the All Styles for sure.
Yeah, big time. And I like the way they fit. I've had good luck with them so far. So I have kind of a mix in my bag. It's funny. Someone will get a large Next Level because it might be a little older, or a large Spectra. But all in all, people just don't want Gildans.
Well, and that's the problem. And that's the biggest problem with what's happened to All Style and Next. I don't know if Next Level is owned by Gildan now. I don't know. Gildan went through this thing where they bought every company. Like I was saying, All Style started off as an independent company out of SoCal in Anaheim. And they were like that for like 20 years or something.
Gildan is the Wheel Pros of the T-shirt company.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, they just went through and they bought all of these brands. And so, really quick story. So when Gildan bought All Style, because All Style was produced in Mexico, just over the border, just south of San Diego in Mexico. And when Gildan bought them over, they moved production to some other country. So there was like this warehouse. And this is just, I've heard this, so I don't take everything with a grain of salt. This is just what I heard. And so after they moved production for All Style, a guy from Southern California just went down there and bought the factory. So Spectras are actually, it's the same machining, it's the same tools. It's, it is different fabric because I'm pretty sure they're sourcing their fabrics from somewhere else, but they're basically All Style T-shirts. They're basically the same thing, like identical to the point where even the guy who runs Spectra right now calls that particular shirt a 1301, which is exactly what All Style called it, which I think is funny. Like, I think that's maybe like a little dig, towards the big conglomerate that is Gildan. But man, Gildan has a touch that they just ruin stuff. Like everything from Gildan is bad.
I know. I'll get a Gildan shirt from someone and I just go, first off, I won't buy it if it is the Gildan, but if it's given to me, it goes on a special part of my thing.
The end.
Except for, I will say, Gildan talls are great.
Oh, really?
I have Our Lifestyle podcast. I think it's a Gildan tall. Yeah, it is a Gildan tall. And I love that t-shirt. And same with Jeremy at Tray 5. He wears talls. And he's like, I just want Gildan talls.
Well, he's like doing something right.
Yeah. I think it's just, I don't know. I don't know.
Just a little rant on sourcing. Well, I mean, because I'm very knowledgeable about this stuff because a lot of people know that's what I do. I have a screen printing company and I produce T-shirts, and so I just have a pretty good handle on everything that's going on in the industry. Previous to COVID, we used to go to this thing called ISS, it's International Sports. I don't know. It's basically a screen printing convention. Well, screen printing, embroidery, heat press, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, but yeah, so it's just basically like SEMA for the imprinting industry.
Yeah.
And so we'd go down there, and it was in Long Beach every year, go check out new products and machinery and all that stuff, but more importantly, talking directly to the brands. And there's still a couple really good brands out there that still have that I wouldn't call them small companies because they're gigantic companies, but they're again, not part of some huge conglomerate. There's independent sweaters out of San Clemente, and they have giant warehouses all both coasts, all over the place. They're really great. Spectra is another great company that's still kind of like a independently ran business.
Yeah, we get any hoodies I get are independents.
Independent, I think, are the best. And everybody uses those. There's also the secondary option is always Gildan. But again, it kind of to kind of you were saying about the Gildan talls to kind of give them a plus. Actually, the Gildan sweaters are not that bad.
Yeah.
Gildan sweaters are pretty nice. It's mainly what we use for like sports teams and stuff. They're a little more rugged. They're a little more like Independent is very like form fitted. It's like a very modern, they call it European sizing because like it's a little more slim. It's a little more tight.
Then we need American sizing where it's a little more round and a little
Gildan.
more.
That's Gildan. You get very roomy sweaters, you know?
Yeah.
But the quality is great. We use them a lot for like sports teams and stuff.
Yeah, the merch game was crazy for you guys for a long time there, right? With the not being able to get certain sizes, and
when COVID
I did
popped off, it was bad. We're still feeling the effects of that. Like like you know, we were just talking, and I think it was I don't know. Another little like caveat I want to just say real quick. These things blur together so quickly, we forget what we say. So when we reference stuff in other podcasts and other episodes, forgive us if we keep repeating stuff because all of this stuff blurs together.
Speaking of repeating stuff, that last episode was, so this is 23 now, 20, right?
No, it's not. Isn't this is it? No, because you just yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, see, I gotta think 2 weeks ahead. This is, you're right, correct.
This is 23.
You're correct.
So episode 21 and 22, I basically repeated myself about our show, Harrah's, and I started, and I was like, oh, I said this exact same thing in 2 episodes. So
down to the words.
Down to the words. At least I'm consistent. So yeah.
Yeah, so what I was saying is that was just like a little caveat saying that like we repeat ourselves, and what I was saying is in one of the previous episodes that I remember we were talking about tank tops and printing some tank tops and shirts for you. And we're still feeling the effects of that whole thing today. Like stock is hard to come by. There's a lot of colors and styles out of stock, and who knows when it will ever correct itself, if it will ever correct itself. I don't know.
It's gonna be a while for different things, and like that goes kind of back to the pricing. You know, we always charged $20 per shirt, but now they're gonna probably go up to 25 per shirt.
I think so.
And everyone's like, I was having a conversation with like the guys from Garage Gear when we were at C10s in the park.
Oh yeah,
and they're like, man, we don't want to go up to 25, you know. But I said, look, everything has gone up. And then so that's fine to raise the price a little bit, but in reality, some of these things, these prices that are going up, they should have went up way even before COVID, before these supply chain issues. You know, like T-shirts for one have been $20 for how long? And as a screen printer, you know this, like you get a shirt for a certain price and you have to charge, then you have a couple of fees on top of that, and then you sell it. That price, you're competing with a bunch of other screen printers, and that price needs to go up because you need to make more money there too. So like it just it should have went up. It should have slowly climbed up over the last 5-10 years.
Right. But it could have sort of sat stagnant, and now we just have to be like, okay, here, this is what's happening.
This is the new price, and it's not because of anything else. Is obviously prices of everything else went up, but those prices should have went up a long time ago. You
know what I have a hard time with? I have a hard time with this. So like, say you went to, I'm just for pure example, let's say you went to McDonald's, and this isn't even correct. Let's say you went to McDonald's and Big Macs were like $2. I know they're not. Yeah. This is just an example. So then you go in one day and they're like, hey man, these things are $3. And you just go, okay. And then you pay the $3. I have a hard time with like, we gut grind over these things. I don't really want to spend, I don't want to charge $25. I'm thinking about our customer when everybody's just so used to being like, nope, that's the price. That's the price now, So maybe we shouldn't like gut grind it so much and just be like, hey, this is, we're not like price gouging people, but we have to make money.
Well, it sucks because the people that do price gouge people in other industries make it harder for the people that aren't price gouging.
Yeah,
people.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true.
Because there are things that will go up, and there are things that will, that don't need to go up, but they go up just because everything else went up. And but T-shirts, and we're also not selling the cheapest T-shirts. Like if we were selling Gildans and trying to pinch pennies, then yeah, but we're not. We're spending a little bit extra on the quality of the T-shirt. You spend a lot more time. Like RJ spends a lot of time on his hats. When he does the embroidery, like he's not just like shoving them out the door and they're like, the embroidery sucks. But the other comparison that we always talked about is You can walk into like a sports store in the mall and buy a hat, or walk into the mall and buy a No Fear hat. And they have been $35 to $50 for years.
Oh, for sure.
For a year. I remember I think I bought a Hurley hat and it was like $35.
Yeah.
And this was 12 years ago. But we go from 20 to 25 and it's like, oh, I don't want that.
Yeah, I know. There is definitely, yeah, I've said this before too. Like, there's definitely a disconnect because, like, someone, yeah, you'll plunk down $50, and that like, what did you say a hat was like? Did you say 35 or something?
Yeah, like, oh, how much is okay? If
They're
you go and get
$50.
Yeah, yeah,
Like a professional sports team hat is $50.
yeah.
you know.
And granted,
And-
they're on a good, like, they're a new era hat.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they're
no,
a little bit
they're
better
nice
of a quality,
hats.
but the price difference between 20 and 50 is $30. So
Right.
I think what did we raise our hats price to 25 like a
25.
couple years ago?
No, last year. That was last year. Driving out to Mini Nats, and we're like, we're just gonna do it.
Yeah.
After gut grinding it for a long time, we're just gonna do it, and we
Yeah.
do it. But to be fair to
No one's complained about it.
exactly, that's exactly what I was gonna say. To be fair to everybody, no one did. Here you go. But the one other disconnect thing that I wanted to bring up that I've always often thought about is like, for someone will go to the. And this person's hypothetical. Someone will go to the mall, drop $50 on a hat. They'll drop $35, $40 on a shirt. No problem, for this mass-produced thing that you're saying is like sometimes the quality's not there. Sometimes there's like little me being a screen printer and being so into my craft, I constantly walk through the store looking at prints and finding little things wrong with it.
Yeah.
But then, so when it comes down to something that we're creating like, first of all, it's like a niche thing we're creating. There's not a lot of them. I mean, if you think about it, even if we sell 200 shirts, that's not tens of thousands of shirts. That's only 200 pieces that are out there. And some, not all, you would say, well, this is 25. And they're like, can I get, do you do like a two for deal or something? And it's like, no.
No, me and Joe, C10 Vatos Joe, we just decided at Dino's that it's $25. We might do like a 3-4, you know what I mean? But not a 2-4 or anything like that. It's just because at the end, it's just easier too. You know what I mean? We're not there to barter and all this stuff. Like, don't come and barter with me. I had a guy, and this is not a hypothetical person. This really happened to me.
This happened to you?
This was at Dino's last year, and I have, that pinstripe C10 t-shirt that I have? I've had it forever. I have it. It's in red pinstripes, and I also have it in yellow. I did a run in yellow. Well, the yellow didn't sell very well, and then I'll get down to like the last 10 t-shirts, and I throw them in a $10 box, right? So I have the red pinstripe ones on display for 20, and the yellow ones on display next to it for 10. And this guy goes, he went to grab a red one, and he goes, I'll take this one, and then he goes, wait, why is that one 10 and this one's 20? He's all, they're the exact same. And I go, no, that one's yellow and that one's red. And he goes, yeah, but they're the same t-shirt. Like, and I go, yeah, because I only have a few more of those left. I'm trying to just sell so I can get a new t-shirt in that place. And he goes, well, I don't want any of them.
Wow.
And I was stunned. I was like literally, so I looked back, I was like, did anybody else hear that?
I think we both have some pretty good stories out there. I mean, and this is a very, very small minority of people, by the way.
It is. But we experience it.
99.5% of the people are super cool.
Yeah. And that's with anything, right? We live in a Yelp world where most everything's fine. The little things that piss you off, you talk about them, right? So yeah, get some of those people in it, and it cracks me up, man.
Yeah.
Or they'll come up and they'll be like, "How much?" $20. How much for two? $40. Oh, no deals.
Yeah.
It's like,
so when in the very beginning, we used to sell T-shirts for $15, two for. Well, I'm sorry.
no, it's 22 for 30, right?
No, way back in the beginning, we were selling for $15, two for $25. That's what it was. $15, two for $25.
Oh, Brandon did the same thing with his when he would set up a show shirt booth. That's because you screen printers don't. You're leaving us middlemen out so you don't have to upcharge.
That's I mean, like, honestly, like, that's part of the deal too. Like, you know, it is cheaper for me to produce a shirt than, you know, anybody else who has a brand because, you know, but that's by design, you know.
It is by design, but you also have to remember there's also that like thought process of, say you're Accuwear, right? Mm-hmm. And if Accuwear sells Accuwear, they can't sell it cheaper than the shop that they sell to.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
So
yeah.
Obviously, no one else is selling your T-shirts, but there are T-shirt people selling T-shirts next to you. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like you should be okay with making that extra money because you're still spending the time to make the T-shirts and all that stuff.
For sure. Yeah. Like when I produce a T-shirt, there's the hard cost, which is like the cost of the T-shirt, the cost of the material. Then there's the cost to pay me to make it, because I have to pay myself, and then is the profit when it finally does sell to the end user, you know?
Yeah.
So all of that is built into it. So yeah, so it's not necessarily that, I guess if you were to give it a name, I guess I'm double dipping because I'm paying myself to make it and making the profit. I don't know.
But it's okay because the guy next to you, like me, I'm Grinder TV, I'm next to you, I'm selling my shirts for $20. Mm-hmm. You should sell yours for 20 as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm not saying I should sell, anybody who produces their own product should sell it for any less.
No. But I'm not saying I think it's so I'm just saying like you deserve that extra $5.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see.
Just because you cut out me buying it from you. Mm-hmm. It's not like someone's not going to buy. I told you this when we had that discussion about you doing this. Remember, I was like, someone's not going to buy a T-shirt because it's $5 more. Like if I'm selling it for 20 and they're not going to go, oh, well, his are 15. I'm going over there. Mm-hmm. They're going to buy the T-shirt because they like it, not because of a $5 deal. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I think, and that took a long time to understand that, you know, that people don't buy these things because they're looking for deals on clothes. They're buying these things because, like you said, they like the brand, they like us, they like
or they could just like the design.
Or like the design. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I've bought in plenty of shirts like that are just like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
you know,
because I'll go to shows and people won't know what's Grinder TV. Like you have a shirt that says Custom Life. That kind of is more fitting to the general population than a shirt that says Grinder TV. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You sure you see what I'm saying?
Actually, no. Did you?
I just called you out.
You did. A message came up and I'm like, what does that say? Did you see me just like blank out for a minute?
No.
Oh.
But
no, I did. I'm and then I was like reading this message again. Anyway, sorry. Jeez.
Well, I wonder if a message came up when your audio cut out on that last episode. Do you think that affects it?
I don't know. That could be it.
Because if your Wi-Fi in your computer is sucking, I wonder if that's where that's coming from.
That could be. Well, you're going to find out at this mark. In the video.
We will. Okay, so back into Frank ignoring me.
Yeah, hold on. Because hold on. You called me out on me ignoring you. I wasn't necessarily ignoring you. I was preoccupied with something else. Yeah. But also, you have challenged me during this episode to not drink as much water.
Which you keep doing.
Apparently, I know. I can't stop. I tried. In the beginning of the episode, I really
freaking tried. I watched you. You went from... So Frank... We're learning a lot about each other more than we normally do. Because on a road trip, I could talk to you and you're driving and you're preoccupied, so it's like not into it. But now we're having a discussion with each other.
At you.
So when I'm editing these videos, these podcasts, I'm like watching Frank, and as he's drinking, he is not paying attention to what I'm saying.
Oh no, I'm still listening.
Oh no, you are, but it's very like. I don't know how hard. It's hard to explain.
Like it takes you out of the conversation a little bit.
Yeah, it's funny. But I was like, I'm catching him on this one, and I caught you on that one.
I did. Yeah. So what were you saying?
I don't even know. What was I saying?
You were talking about merch. You were talking about just people just purchasing stuff just because they like it. Like.
Oh, I was saying Custom Life talks to a wider audience than Grinder TV. So I have a harder time selling merch sometimes because you're only going to buy if it says Grinder TV on a shirt, you're only going to buy it if you know my YouTube channel or what Grinder TV is. You can buy a Custom Life shirt not knowing what the brand is because Custom Life it's just the description of a Custom Life, right? Like I live a Custom Life. I don't live a Grinder TV, but I live a custom life.
Right.
That's the challenge that I've had for this entire time. Also, there is a gay dating app named Grindr.
I know. That's like sort of the elephant in the room.
Yeah, that came out. And so it's funny because I'll catch people making jokes. An old man in Texas, I was sitting there and like he had to have been in his like 70s, 60s, and he walks by and he goes, Grindr TV, ha ha. And then I made eye contact. I made eye contact with him, and everyone does this. They'll make the joke, look at me, I look at them, I don't laugh, and they go.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
That is very funny.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And
So-
you know what? Again, so again, another thing that we say many times on this podcast, doing this again for so long, these are the things you learn. Like custom life, what you just said was, again, by design. Like we figured that out. And it all kind of ties this thing together because we weren't custom life until about 2017. And previous to that, for the previous time back, and you do the math, back until 2003, we were BST clothing, blood, sweat, tears clothing. And it was just kind of the same problem. Like it was a little too ominous and it was a little too vague, and people really didn't get it. And I've had to teach myself this because, to again tie it all together, the shirt you're wearing is a good example. The shirt you're wearing is inspired by a band named The Exploited. They're just a punk band, and that is their logo. That skull with a mohawk. That is basically their band shirt. And then we just sort of like put custom life on it, which may be problematic in its own case, but whatever. But what happens is I do get too vague on things. I start creating things that are too like veiled behind like some sort of like a must know kind of thing,
Yeah.
And so I've had to teach myself over the years that like it can't be that. It has to be kind of a little more blatant. And that's how we came up with custom life, because we were brainstorming. We were standing in the shop, getting ready for a show, and we're brainstorming ideas like, well, we knew that BST wasn't fitting what we wanted it to do, and it wasn't doing what we wanted it to do. So we were sitting there brainstorming, and we came up with so many different things, and we finally settled on the custom life. Because actually, a little unknown thing, we were actually toying with that idea without even really knowing we were toying with it, because somewhere in between being BST and being out there, I came up with this saying that says "Live Life Custom."
Yeah. Yeah.
That's our website, is livelifecustom.com. And that was because like I had this idea. It was almost like a mission statement. Like we on our website, we'd say we're BST clothing. We're like this grassroots clothing line, and with all of our inspirations and, where we gather inspiration from. And at the end, we just said "Live Life Custom."
Yeah.
And so it was already kind of like in the works. And then I think just throughout this conversation, we just said, we already kind of started here, so let's just go with custom life.
Yeah,
Which
you still what?
I still like, yeah, I still like, I don't know. Sometimes I think it's like, and this is just me being critical of myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think it's a little hokey. I'm like, custom life, like I love the word custom, but then life, it's like, is that hokey? I don't know. I think
it's a great name, because people have these oddball vehicles, or they cut these vehicles up, and whether it's a Camaro that you're taking from stock and making it fast, or a C10 or a mini truck or whatever, your life isn't just this normal life, and that spills over into your vehicle, right? And then whatever you do to your vehicle, then you join a club, or you go to certain meets, and then that spills back over into your life, right? So it's like this ever-ending circle where this weekend I'm not going to go to a concert because there's a car show, where people don't usually do that. So the whole custom life thing, it talks to a lot of different avenues, whereas Grindr TV does not.
Well, you kind of did go through a little bit of a branding change, because you're kind of going with more GTV stuff now.
Yeah, so I was I even changed the YouTube to GTV, but I changed it back to Grindr TV.
Oh, you did? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, because I was like, in my head, I was like, look, I'm not gonna. It's 2022. If someone wants to not wear my T-shirt because it's also the same name, it was spelled differently as a gay dating site, then that's on them. That's not on me.
Yeah,
that's on them. Like whatever. If you don't want to wear it, good. Then you know what I mean. Don't wear it.
But yeah, that attitude.
Yeah, I just the GTV in general. I needed something. You always need like your name, and then just like we did with the drop, right? We have the drop with Frank and Brian, but then we have the D that represents it. So I'm actually having Paul over there at Vanda Graphics redo my GTV.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah, because I just want the G, because my last name being Good, I can market that
Yeah.
with the G, so it could stand for a grinder, or it could stand for my last name. I could eventually have BG. I can do all sorts of things, right? So I'm in a branding marketing.
We're always in
Avenues.
that though. We're always in that, because if you don't do that and you just stay stagnant, then it's, this the old trope is like, if you stay stagnant, then you'll just stay forever. You always got to keep adapting and coming up with new stuff, and and that's just the name of the game.
Yeah, and I think that the harder I work on the back end of things, like on the YouTube channel and on that's going to sell more shirts. It's not going to be what the name of the shirt is.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
People
for
are-
sure. Because people love the brand.
Yeah, so I quit making videos, so I'm going to sell more shirts, right?
yeah. Brilliant.
I know what I'm doing. It's so
No,
funny
you
because I'm
don't.
dropping another show coverage video. It's already uploaded. I'm going
Oh
to
really?
make it live after.
Which one is that one?
The C10s in the park.
Oh, cool. Oh, you're already done.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's so funny because I had this same attitude going to Slowdown. I edited Slowdown in just a couple of hours. I've never edited something that fast. And it's because there's no expectations in the end, right? I think that's where I went with this. There's no promoter. The promoter of the show has no expectations. I could not make a video and they wouldn't care because I paid for the booth, everything done, right? When there's no expectations, it makes it easier for me. So I'm like finding that out. The video is only 7 minutes long, and part of it's our journey out there.
Yeah.
And then hanging out at the booth, and then some show coverage, and yeah. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm a little dry right now on videos. It's funny because earlier this year I was like not stressing out, but it was a thing where I was like 4 or 5 edits behind, and I caught up, and everything's caught up now. But I still have a couple things to do. But I'm sort of just like, it's like that creative thing, man. It's just like hitting that dip, and I kind of hit a dip right now, for creating videos. But
yeah, because the next thing you're going to is Last Resort.
no, I'll be going to Dockweiler next weekend.
Is that next weekend?
And then you're going to Cruise of the Pines this weekend.
Yes. And then I thought there was something. Oh, Council Run is the same. When's Council Run?
There's a council run this year?
It's around the corner from your house, isn't
I know.
it?
Well, it usually is, but I don't have any information on it. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I just saw a post about it.
Oh, really? Oh, that's...
It's I want to say it's the weekend before Last Resort.
Okay.
So you might have a month full of content coming
Yeah,
up.
I know. Yeah, for sure. I'm not going to be going to Cruise of the Pines this weekend. And again, by the time this video came out, everybody who knows I didn't go. But I'm going to Dockweiler for sure. Have some issues with the Forerunner, so I don't know if that's going to go, but I'm going to go for sure. And so there are a whole bunch of content coming up. I'm actually getting busy. I'm actually, since we're talking about merch and, my screen printing company stuff, I'm getting busy in that too with other customer work. I'm doing some, because SEMA's coming up, so I'm having a few people hit me up to have stuff done by SEMA. And so I'm going to be pretty busy.
Yeah, that's good. I know I've been busy too. I have all day photos tomorrow. I have a photo shoot Friday morning, and then a video shoot Friday afternoon, and then Saturday's Cruise to the Pines, which by the time this airs, I think the Cruise to the Pines video will already be up.
Yeah, by the way, you're going.
Yeah.
You're going like crazy. Yeah.
Moving quick. So I think it's going to be fun. I think if everything works out, you will see. Yeah.
yeah. Well, hopefully it all did work out. And
Well, it's going to, I think, because Mike FaceTimed me while he was driving it today.
oh, really?
Yeah. He was like,
That's so. What gave him this
Everything
idea?
works.
He just like.
he's into construction, so he has a supplier that had this limo sitting in their yard.
Oh, you said it. I didn't know we were
It's a
going to
limo.
say it.
There's
It's
a limo.
There's a limo involved.
If everything worked out, we took a limo to Cruise to the Pines.
That's awesome.
Full of my merch.
Oh, that's. I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, he's got some big plan. I hope. Yeah, he like I said, it was running. The privacy window went up and down.
That's so
it's
awesome.
super clean, and
He just bought this limo. Mike is so awesome.
they gave it to him.
Oh, they gave it to him?
Yeah, he's like, here, it's been sitting there for months. I mean, what do you do with the limo?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You usually
That's amazing. I had no idea you're going to use it for to carry all your vendor stuff. That is so awesome.
We were going to take his Colorado, but it broke. So then we're like, all right, we'll take the Titan. And then he was like, send me the picture. He's like, we're taking this. And I was like, okay. I was like, all my stuff will fit in there.
That's awesome. That's going to make for some killer content.
It's got a sunroof.
You hanging out this limo filming the cruise.
He said he was talking to me when he was on the way to Tray 5 to charge up the AC. He said he wanted to pull up to Tray 5, but with the windows up because it's all dark. And then it stops behind the shop where they're all working, so they look back. And then he's going to hop through the back window and then roll the back window down like he got taken there in the limo.
That's awesome. I hope he films all that. Are you going to film all that? Is someone going to film all this?
I don't know what we're going to do, but there's got to be some good content coming from that, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
I told him we should take it we'll bag it on billets, put a trailer hitch on it, and we'll take it to LST.
Pulling his truck.
No, your trailer.
Oh, my trailer. Oh, oh, I'm in. I'm 100% in. That's awesome. Hell yeah. That's cool. That's
We'll
hilarious.
See. We'll see, because we're recording. It's Wednesday, and we're leaving for Cruise of the Pines this Saturday, which will be the October 1st. So if you're listening to this, and the video should already be up,
go watch it.
Go watch it. It might have worked out. And if it didn't, then it didn't.
Yeah. It's really funny how we're so far ahead on these things that like we're talking about stuff like way in the future. It's pretty crazy. It's
kind of messing me up a little bit. That's why I was like, I hope we talk about like a topic-based thing today, so we can, because a topic-based conversation, you can place it anywhere.
Yeah.
Or an event space. So the merch thing kind of worked out today because once this airs, we will already be getting ready for Last Resort, and we can talk about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. So much stuff coming up, so much stuff going on, and again, so much. I'm kind of behind on merch stuff too, like printing and getting ready. So I gotta tie all this stuff together, doing customer work, and that's my balance. That's like getting ready for a show. That's my balance. It's like balancing customer stuff, custom life stuff. Family stuff like we were talking about in one of the last episodes. It's all a giant balance.
It is. What designs are you going to come up with for your line? Are you gonna release them at LST like you normally do? Or?
Yeah, we'll have some more new stuff for LST. But I said this again in a previous episode. We're gonna be doing an OBS dually shirt for Last Resort. That'll be coming out. I think I'm gonna reissue because it's so popular. Everybody loves this shirt. The Low Rides Good Vibe shirt.
I think you have to. That's another thing. Like how we have so many designs that we've done in the past, and so now it costs money and takes time to get other people to do artwork, right? So sometimes you can revisit old artwork and bring it back. Have you done that a lot or no?
I haven't actually. We always, and I don't know why, because like we have some designs previously that I love that our customers love. Yeah, like that one. Well, that one again, I don't like. There's still a certain amount of people that like that shirt.
But you have the power to do limited runs.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Yeah. The only way I can do limited runs is through you. And obviously it costs me more than it costs you to do a limited run. So like there's some shirts that, what was the one? Did you do one? It was the Vision Psycho Sticks guy. Was it the Vision Skateboards?
No, that was Battle Alabama.
Was it?
I did
one. What was the one that had pink on it?
Oh, that was Santa Cruz. That was like a Santa Cruz skateboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's my favorite. One of my favorites. And that's a BSC shirt, which we need to redo into a custom life shirt.
That's what I'm saying, because I'm taking old designs, not old, but designs and
previous
revamping
designs.
Yeah. Yeah. So I took the C10 sketch design, took Grinder TV out, put GTV, sketched it out. I'm going to revamp the dually, the square body dually shirt, and put the actual factory front end on it versus the billet front end, see how that does. And
I think subconsciously what happens to me is I feel like people will be like, oh, we already seen that. Like, oh yeah, we already have that one, or I had that one. Like, I don't want another one. Which again isn't a thing. Like, that's just me. That's just a mental block for me.
Yeah. Because t-shirts go bad. They get worn out. People want to buy new ones. And you have so many different, newer followers in the last few years.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is very true. Yeah, definitely need to do some reissues. I have some. So what I do is I just have this like notes on my phone, and whenever I see a shirt out in public, or I think of an idea, obviously I jot it down. So I have this like super extensive list of shirts, and
Yeah.
we've done some that we've done, some that we haven't done. And actually, this is interesting because Joey is really creative. Like, you know, Joey from our club, Forbidden Fantasy, Joey
Yeah.
Hernandez.
We have to give him a name. We have to brand Joey because he's going to be a repeat.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh no, I
Yes.
told you. He's Uncle Joey. He's Uncle
Yeah.
Joey.
So when we talk to him, you got to see Uncle Joey.
Okay, there you go. All right, so Uncle Joey is is very creative, and he'll like shoot me messages, you know, every once in a while. He's like, "Hey, I thought of this idea."
Wait a
And
minute. Joey, you don't shoot me messages.
oh, Uncle Joey, you don't shoot Brian anything.
Gosh.
He likes me more. That's kidding.
I know. Give me some ideas, Joey.
So yeah, so I get ideas from all over, and the other thing, like I said, like I'll be standing in line and I'll see a shirt, I'm like, oh man, that's cool, and I'm not,
Yeah.
and we try very hard also to not rip shirts off, because that's really easy to do. But also, let me give you a little story about that too, because it can also turn around and not work out the way you want it.
Yeah.
Two examples. Okay, and sorry, I'm trying to remember. That's why there's like a couple little, you know, flat spots in here. Okay,
That's right.
So there was this Famous Stars and Strap shirts that said punk rock. Wait, no, what it is? I'm sorry. Now, see, I don't have any of this written down, so you got to bear with me. It said, it was a punk rock ruin my life shirt. So
Yeah, and you made a mini trucks ruin your life.
yeah, but no, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm sorry. This is all just coming back to me. So there was a shirt that said punk rock ruined my life.
Yeah.
But we didn't want to, or no, I'm sorry. Punk rock made me do it. That's what it said.
There you go.
Punk rock made me do it. And me and Angie saw that and we're like, oh, that's awesome. We love that. But we didn't want to make a shirt that just straight up said, you know, mini trucks made me do it.
Yeah.
So we're brainstorming, we're trying to figure it out. And eventually we came up with a shirt called Blame It on the Mini Trucks.
Mm-hmm.
And that one did really well. We sold a lot of those. And so we try really hard to like take an idea and not just like rip it off, but to kind of like take the same sentiment, the same vibe, and kind of turn it into something that we do, which is hypocritical of me because we just made a shirt because there's another famous shirt that says punk rock ruined my life, and we just did mini trucks ruin my life. So that's a bit hypocritical.
It's all hypocritical because it's all been done. To a certain extent, it's all been done.
Yeah.
Like, so I have a folder with possible. It just says it's labeled possible T-shirt designs. I have Vision Streetwear that says mini trucks or mini trucker. I have the Santa Cruz logo. Remember I showed you that one?
Yeah.
I have all kinds of stuff in there because you get inspiration. I wouldn't call it ripping something off, but you can get inspiration from designs because those people got inspiration from designs.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know.
I
need to.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say I need to bring back my title or my tagline is create original content,
That-
and I want to put it on a T-shirt where I bit the logo off someone else, like Santa Cruz.
You know what's so funny is I love that because that, you know, we, from my end, Angie and I, we're like,
Yeah.
we're old punks. Like, you know, that's what we grew up doing. So we have a very DIY mentality. And so we have a very like do it yourself, create original content. So that is one of my favorite like slogan designs that you've ever done. And the ironic part is when I'll just randomly like, you know, get something, you know, some feeling and I'm like, I'm going to repost this. So I'll repost it. And isn't it ironic that I'm reposting a thing that says create original content?
Well, I had a buddy call me out one time, and he's like, "You say create original content, but you're using other people's music in your videos."
Oh, that's
And
a
I'm
good
like,
point.
It is a good point, but I'm not a musician.
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
And I'm also using copyright-free music, so get off my butt.
Yeah, now we are.
I know.
Just a little glimpse into how it used to be. Like before, you know, I started, you know, you kind of showed me the way, like, you know, getting with all these like, you know, proper channels to get content
Oh,
for
yeah.
music and, you know, like Epidemic and, you know, Audio Jungle, like all of those. I used to cruise through SoundCloud and just go to random SoundCloud, you know, creators and just use their music. You know, every once in a while, like I'd ask for permission, but usually I wouldn't, you know, but I would also credit them. I wouldn't just like rip it and then slap it in there. I would always, you know, give
Yeah.
a little shout out at the bottom.
I always find it funny when you see someone post an Instagram video and then they type, "I do not have permission to use this music."
I know, right? Like that's
Just-
somehow
just-
gonna like fix it.
That doesn't do anything.
No.
So if you're out there posting, that does not do anything. Yeah, I mean, all my original videos from the beginning were music that I found on a site called Ear Milk, and which was this guy Shane Morris, who was like a producer and all this stuff. He had this website where it would every Monday he would have a certain Monday, like Monday mashups. So it would just be like 10 mashups, and then Tuesday he would release like 10 to 20 songs during the week of different new artists. So it was he knew all the brand new emerging artists, and they would go on his website. He was like the Reddit of music. So, and SoundCloud was kind of I did the SoundCloud one. One time I asked for permission, like when I did the interview with Jerry from Papa Roach, I said, "Hey, can I use a Papa Roach song?" And he was like, "You can use the song. You just can't make money off the song." He's, because these artists, they can give you permission, but sometimes they don't own the music themselves.
Yeah, it's the labels. The labels own it.
But yeah, there was one, that graffiti truck. Like I asked that guy, he was from like, I forgot what country, but he was like, "Yeah, man, go ahead and use it. Just give us credit."
That
at
was
the end.
that was a really cool song.
Yeah, but I still couldn't monetize it. Just because you have permission doesn't mean you can monetize it.
Right. Yeah, what was I was gonna add something to that about the whole music thing.
It's getting better, like Epidemic.
The music is like the music they offer is better, because I remember like early on, like listening to different things, and it sounded very like someone like on a keyboard,
bad.
and
was bad.
it was
like,
not good.
It was like everything sounded the same, and it was just like, I do not want to use this. Like Epidemic and everything, those sites, the music is getting a lot better, because that old music it wasn't very good. So it's getting a lot easier to like, when I did the C10s in the park, I found the music fast, and I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, I've found the same thing too, and it's kind of like when I was using a lot of like SoundCloud music, it was almost not better, but a nice perk to it is like if someone really dug the song, be like, "Oh man, what song is that?" And you go like, "Oh yeah, go check out this artist and go do whatever you want with it or whatever." And but now like it's kind of harder, because people are like, "Oh man, I love that music. Where can I get it?" And I'm like, "Well,
if you look up the artists, a lot of them will be on YouTube too."
Oh really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because they're real artists, and they have SoundClouds too.
Oh, okay.
They're just giving the rights to you. So every time you download that song, they get a few bucks.
Oh, okay. Oh,
or they get pennies or whatever. But yeah, these are artists that are trying to break out, and they're finding it easier to get their names known by allowing big YouTube channels to use their stuff. So I always try to, like, if you look on the descriptions of mine, I'll put the artist name and song.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna start doing that.
You'll be able to find them.
Yeah. Another thing that I used to do, because like there's a whole bunch of like independent.
Oh wait,
like
something happened.
What? Hey, you there?
I couldn't hear you.
All sorts of shenanigans are going on.
I know.
But so another thing I used to do was I used to go, because there's a lot of like independent beat creators that will just put their stuff on YouTube, and a lot of them will do it for free. So basically what they'll do is they'll create a catalog of beats, they'll put it on YouTube, and if you want to purchase one, they'll sell it to you, and there's like this whole thing, right? But so I would go on there and then, find the ones that no one had bought yet and use those. And then of course, like, you credit the artist, and this is like part of the thing. They're totally cool with it. Well, so I get one day I get a copyright strike on not a strike, but a copyright claim on one of my videos.
Was it from Hawk?
Oh, I don't know. But what happened was, so like I saw it, and then I went back to the guy's thing, and this particular song had not said sold on it. So I thought, that's really strange. So I just emailed him. I said, "Hey, I just happened to notice that this other person is, copywriting this music that you have claimed it hasn't been sold yet." And it happens all the time. What people will do is they'll just take a song, and then like the one that you said, and then there's another one called like Tuna or something like that, and you can go on there and you could just put it on there, and they'll go through the process of copywriting it, so you can essentially steal people's work and like copyright it for yourself.
And you don't even need to do that. So what I just got a copyright claim for my Matt Hotch video that I did almost 10 years ago.
Oh, the guy with the motorcycle?
Yeah, I just got a copyright claim this morning for that song.
Oh, really?
And it's from Hawk, claimed by HAAWK, and he always does this. So what happens is, all you need to do is say you own the video,
right?
Or
exactly.
you own the rights. You don't need to go through anything else. So what these people do is they'll go on YouTube, and they say they did it 100 times a day, and they go and they'll find your video and they'll go, "I want to claim copyright. That's mine." Mm-hmm. if they do it 100 times a day, 700 times a week, however many thousands times a year, if 1% or 2% of the people that say they get scared, they're like, oh, copyright claim. What I don't, you know what I mean? I didn't know I was using these, and they now this Hawk guy gets paid for your videos.
Yeah, I know. It's devious, man.
Yeah, so I just whenever he does it to me all the time, or even any of my clients, they'll be like, "Hey, man, I got a copyright claim." I was like, "Just dispute it and say you," because all the clients I've used copyright-free music too, so I just will go on there and go dispute it, and he releases the claim.
Wow.
So imagine how many people don't release the claim because they just
I just chalk it up as like, oh well, I mean, on my if it was like a newer video that I use Epidemic then for sure I'll fight, like push back on it. But yeah, no, there are like tons of videos that, and I just go like, oh well, so that's
yeah.
part
My
of the
old
thing.
my old ones, well, yeah, when I'll get copyright claims on them, I'm like, oh, whatever. But anything new, because it's 100%.
I had this little thing go on where, and this is 100%. I just have to like, okay. So like I used to use this group called Arius, and it's a husband and wife group. They make like this like house techno music. It's pretty cool. I use that a whole bunch because they had a SoundCloud. I would do, and look, I admit it. The way I'm talking about this, I am part of the problem in this particular scenario. So I would use their songs a lot, like in almost every video. So if you go back and watch a lot of the earlier videos, anytime it gets into the night part and it's like starts having like a techno type fast beat, it's this couple, and I think they were just finally starting to get to the point where they're tired of it. So they went through and they wrote all of their music, and it was almost like dominoes. Like every day I just like, oh, that one's gone, that one's gone, that one's gone.
Yeah.
But in that case, like I know that these are real people, and they're like really trying to protect their like intellectual property, and so I just go like, okay, no, cool, no problem.
Well, those videos have peaked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially you just kind of let those things
that's
go.
the thing. Like, okay, if you're making YouTube videos, because a lot of people don't know this about how this works. You can use whatever music you want, right? You can't use like Metallica because there are certain artists that will mute the audio, but a copyright claim is not a copyright strike. So if you get like if I wanted to,
that's why I corrected myself, because I've never received a copyright strike, only claims.
Yeah, so a copyright claim, all that does is you can't make either 100% of the money or any, like sometimes they'll allow you to make a certain percentage because you created the video. They're going to take a certain percentage because they created the audio. But if you want to make a YouTube video, you can put whatever music you want on it. And unless that artist has specifically said that you can't. And then they'll mute the audio and you'll know right away that you can't. So yeah, so if you want, a lot of people think, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. You could do whatever you want. You just can't get paid for it.
Right.
But if you want to get paid from YouTube, then you have to subscribe. You have to get permission, which is...
That kind of brings up another little conversation that a thought that I've had lately which was quickly put away because I realized that I've learned that, because I was like, the YouTube ad revenue is cool, but it's not, if you think about it, it's not a lot. So like I had a thought one day, I was like, what about if I just demonetized all my videos and then just made it so there wasn't commercials, and you didn't have to deal with all this stuff.
There's still going to be commercials.
But that's the thing, is YouTube will still, even if you're, and this is really crappy for people who are just starting, and it's really unfair if you think about it. So like for a channel like you, just a little inside information, you can't really start monetizing a channel until you hit like certain criteria, like 1,200 subs, a certain amount of watch time. There's this very strict criteria that you have to meet to start making money on YouTube videos. But YouTube will start putting ads on your videos as soon as you upload them, even if you don't meet those criteria, which is really unfair. So I had that thought, but again, quickly fleeting, because I realized that YouTube is still going to stick their ads in it. Because I was like,
I had that same thing. I actually went into my old YouTube channel where I used to get a bunch of my music from, and I started favoriting and saving music, because I was like, I'm just going to put whatever music I want on these. And then I started to realize, like, nope, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to go backwards. I want to keep moving forwards.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I was just looking at it from a perspective of our viewers, is like, how nice would it be to watch a video that didn't have 4 ads in it,
that part. Yeah. So here's just get an ad blocker.
Yeah, I know. Well, that to our viewers,
you're still going to get paid. You're still going to get paid. They don't pay you on the ads.
I thought that's where it's this mystery. The mystery.
No, it's not mysterious, man. It's audience retention. The longer you watch a video, whether you watch the ads or not, there you get paid.
Oh,
So
that's what it is, huh?
That's
I
what it
didn't
is.
know that.
I always thought it was something else, and it's not. It's literally audience retention. That video I uploaded that I'm about to make live, C10s in the park, 7 minutes 20 seconds, and it says, "Oh, you cannot get certain ads if the video is under 8 minutes."
Oh, really? It said that. It spelled it out.
Said
huh?
it spelled it out. So they like. So I have an ad blocker on my computer, on my laptop, in this computer, because I watch so much YouTube that the ads get so annoying. And you
Same.
can also,
but I haven't pulled that trigger.
yeah, it's so easy, man. Just get Firefox, throw an ad blocker on it. It's a lifesaver because you don't get those interrupted ads. You just watch a video right, nice and smooth through. Because I got to a point where I was going to stop watching YouTube and or pay whatever the YouTube Premium is, which is like $10 a month.
Right.
That's another option, but I already have YouTube TV, which is $75 a month. I'm just like,
Yeah. This is
I'm giving them back my ad revenue.
Right. Exactly. That was their plan all along.
I know, man. But the other option. Oh, did you see the thing? I was on Reddit. It was someone said that YouTube is beta testing 5 ads before a video.
I did see that. Yeah. Whew.
I mean,
unskippable
ads. So it's already tough. Like, I don't know how other people feel about watching YouTube videos, and maybe you guys can send us some messages or
drop some comments on this video. Yeah.
Are the YouTube ads making you not watch YouTube anymore? Because
do they deter viewers?
Because they're obviously putting these ads on because more people are watching, not because less, right? They obviously want to make more money, so they're going to put more ads. So, but then again, when you watch a 30-minute TV show, it's only 23 minutes long. So there's 7 minutes of ads. So
we're essentially coming full circle.
We're coming full circle.
Yeah. But except the only thing is like the creators, like if you had a TV show that was 23 minutes long filled with the rest ads, people are still getting paid from like production companies and like, studios and everything like that. And creators are not getting any of that. So we're creating this content.
No, but they're getting a free platform.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's the counter argument, right?
Yeah. That's sinking into my brain. Yeah.
We do have this thing that's free. Well, you have to buy the internet, or you have to buy, and then you have to buy a computer.
Maybe you're getting into the weeds a little too much.
Yeah. Oh, here's a funny thing that I did for the very first time last night. I filmed a whole video on my phone.
I was going to ask you about that. I saw that. I saw Mike did, a little Insta story, and I saw you, and you were holding your phone, and it kind of made me chuckle because, we spent all of this money on all this crap, and then you just.
What made me chuckle is so we filmed Pio's golf cart. That's on Airbag.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a turbo diesel golf cart. And we took it to the Wigwam, which is a fancy as AF golf course, right?
Yeah.
There's all these older people, and they have to pay a membership, and they're all eating at this fancy restaurant. And we come up on this golf cart, and it's rolling coal on them while they're eating.
Did you mention that part that it has a diesel motor in it?
Yeah, turbo diesel. So,
That's awesome.
But Mike is a member there, so we got permission to do this.
Oh, okay.
But I took my phone. I was driving
Not anymore.
I was driving one golf cart, and I'm on the grass while Pio's on the sidewalk, and I'm filming him like this. The video, and I'm in bumps. I'm doing this, and the video's perfectly smooth.
From your phone. Oh, is that the 14?
Yeah, it's that. Remember, I opened it on the last episode, and I'm like, this is bull crap. And the channel that it's going on, the Instagram it's called Supercar Blondie.
I've heard
11.8 million Instagram followers.
Wow.
And they were like, yeah, just record it with your phone. It's like we're coming to this head, right?
Yeah.
Of like, I went to the Stay Loaded stuff, filmed the videos that are getting more traction on their Instagram, all filmed on the phone. I filmed on my. I had $5,000 worth of equipment in my hand. I filmed a YouTube video. It's got 1,500 views.
Yeah.
I filmed a video on my phone. It got 20,000 views.
Yeah. It's crazy. Well, you know what? Two things. We've always said, whatever gets the job done. Whatever camera
Yeah.
gets the job
Yeah,
done,
yeah.
that's what it is. And secondly, yeah, like even a friend of the podcast, Georgia, all of her YouTube videos, all of her content she does on her phone.
Yeah.
And
But
that's just the new thing.
Yeah, that's because you consume it on your phone too. So
Mm-hmm.
a phone will never take place of a real camera,
Mm-hmm.
and a phone will never take place of real cinema camera.
That's yeah.
No matter what they say, they will take place. Remember those little point and shoots that everyone used to get?
Little power shots.
Yeah, those are obsolete now.
Oh yeah.
Completely out. There's absolutely no reason to buy one of those, and people are still buying them. I don't know why, because the cameras on these are so good and they're compact and they hold so much memory. And yeah,
And
but
the
it's pretty great.
stabilization thing, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's they're like a little GoPro now.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, better than a GoPro, because a GoPro still has a problem with like colors and low light. And I mean, they got
Well,
their
so
own
do
host-
these. I mean, they're all the same sensors.
Oh.
Right. So once they get out of light, they're toast.
Oh,
right.
okay.
They're so the sensors are so, and that's where the cameras come in.
Mm-hmm.
Cameras have a bigger sensor, so they can do better with low light and stuff. These sensors are most of these, like when you see like this a 48 megapixel camera, or they have 100. That's all digital pixels. It's not real pixels.
Right. Right.
But it was weird. I was like holding my phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like doing this like, and then I'm pointing. I was like, it felt so bad.
Yeah.
I felt like I was
you felt like you're
cheating.
cheating. Yeah. That was exactly literally what I said. It felt like you're cheating. After
Yeah.
we've taught ourselves how to do all of this stuff, and then you're just like, hi.
Yeah.
But anyway, whatever.
I know.
We're just, we sound like some boomers or something.
Oh, well, we are.
Well, okay.
No, but the best. So
Damn kids.
I know. So I am going to challenge myself, and I don't know what show I'm going to do it at. It might be like it's got probably a small show, but I'm going to film the whole thing on my phone.
Do it. That'd be really.
I'm going to film.
That'd be interesting experiment.
From the start. I'm going to film my phone. I'm going to be like, hey,
Yeah.
what's up, guys? Da, da, da. And then I'm going to go, and I'm going to. I don't know if I'm going to have a little gimbal for it, or if I'm just going to like. Yeah, but I'm going to make an entire show video
That'd be awesome.
from the guy that's not doing show coverage anymore. Just on the phone, because there's no expectations. I just want to do it as something fun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Do Cruise of the Pine this weekend.
Oh, I know, right?
maybe next time.
I don't know. That's kind of a good idea.
This whole the whole thing will be interesting, like limos and cell phones and everything. I'm having FOMO. I think a few people think that I'm going to be there, but I'm not. But now I'm having pre.
What are you doing what are you doing this weekend?
I mean, the normal stuff, but I just because I've already explained it in that last previous episode, whatever number it was, I explained it, and yeah, that's what I'm doing. So.
Oh, softball stuff, right?
Softball stuff, yeah, softball stuff, kid stuff, and also
You know what you need to do? We can go on 4over and print out a life-size thing of you, and then Angie can hold it next to you at the softball game.
I thought you were gonna say the opposite. You're gonna take it to shows.
No.
Yeah, just set it up at the game, and it's just like this, or
Yeah,
like this. Good job.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, no, I'm doing that, but also I'm really just taking the time to get prepared for these other stuff for the Louisiana show, for Doc Weiler. Like I'm trying to just get prepared for those. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, Dockweiler should be cool.
It's
I
gonna be
can't
great.
I can't wait to go to that one.
Yeah, it's fun. Brother Dave from our club, I don't know if he's gonna go, but he's like, oh, he has a full size, and I was like, just bring it. It's a mini truck thing, I guess, but I don't know. Who knows what it's gonna turn into? It's just
who
everybody
knows?
just hanging out, having fun, cruising around.
I know.
I hope I can get the Forerunner straightened out by then, because
What'd you do to
driving
it?
the camera. I'm still having that fuel tank issue thing that I got to figure out. So once I figure that out, it drives, but dumping gas, not dumping gas, it's sort of just like seeping out. But is that, I don't know.
Is it where? Do you know where it's coming out of? Can you see it?
Yeah. It's coming from the. So there's only two places it can come from. It can either come from the fuel pump, or it's got. So I don't know if the other thing is like
like the gasket went bad or something.
yeah,
like that.
or no. What I actually think happened is because it was fine, and then I took it to go get it smogged, and then here in California, on the older vehicles, they have to pressurize the tank to make sure that there's nothing wrong with it. It's not leaking or anything. Well, I think when they pressurized it maybe there may been a crack. Well, I don't know. This is all speculation. Something happened to one of the, like maybe the vent tubes on top maybe popped off or something, like after, because it passed. It didn't leak in their test, but it could have started. I don't know. But the point is I got to drop it. And like every gas tank issue that anybody has ever had, I filled it up before it started leaking.
Can you, can you make an access panel to your field? Like if you cut the bottom of your
I
thing
could,
out?
but I don't think I wanted to go and cut up it's easier. It's drop. Like I can drop it. It's just doing it.
Well, what are you doing today?
I got to print the rest of these softball sweaters for a game tonight.
You know what the funny?
I'm actually cutting. This is cutting into my print time.
My bad. The funniest comment that I was literally laughed out loud was Slam from Australia when he said this is now the letdown with Frank and Ryan.
No, he said no. More specifically, he said I can't wait for the letdown from Frank and Brian or Frank or something. It's already happening.
Yeah.
It's already this train's rolling, baby.
There's gonna be many spin-offs from this.
Yeah, we'll see. And then characters, Uncle Joey.
I think Frank should make a spin-off of his Friday and or Saturday nights deep YouTube dives.
Oh,
you
yeah.
could just film yourself with your microphone
and
showing people which videos you like.
I know. And they're all just going to be weird music videos because that's what you're talking about. Is I do
That's
that
what
to
I'm
the
saying.
club.
Like you post one in the club, no one likes it because they're like, "What's Frank doing? This is weird." You know, but when you're in that moment, man, it makes sense, right?
Yeah. Well, just to let everybody know what you're talking about is on a Saturday night when I really don't have anything going on, I'll just kind of sit here, maybe have a few, and then as I have a few, the videos start getting weirder, and then I'll just post them on the club Facebook and just leave them. And people are like, "What the fuck?"
I always know exactly what's happening.
You're like, "Oh, Frank's on a good one."
Yeah, but that would be cool, man. Just talking to the camera, be like talking to the people, like you make a podcast about your YouTube content.
Hey,
you could spin off on your own thing.
Like welcome, and it'll just be full of me just doing this the whole time, burping.
And drinking Tecate and Liquid Death.
Yeah, just like this. Yeah. Well, yeah.
We had a meeting before this while I was late with a solar guy.
Oh, I was gonna kind of ask you what was.
Yeah,
I thought it had something to do with this, or like you're like.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna be like, all right. Well, I sat down with this so and so, and they're in, and I'm like, oh,
I wish.
I know. No, it's solar.
Not yet. I'm going to try to get over there Friday, where we talked about. But yeah, so like we gave Chelsea's like, you want water or anything? And he's like, yeah. So she brought him a Liquid Death.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
And he's like, what is this? And he's like, this is amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like to think that I've kind of become the ambassador, although I'm gonna give some truth. I think we might break up. Me and Liquid Death.
Oh yeah, because you were saying that.
Yeah, like I was, I won't get into the details of it, but I messaged them back, and usually they hook us up, and I've been ghosted now for 2 months.
Yeah, they
are not returning. They are like, no.
I think they made the decision to break up.
I think so one day when you guys tune into the podcast, it's just gonna be a glass. But that got me thinking. I was like, well, wait a minute. Why don't, obviously earlier in this episode we were talking about how I use this as some sort of coping mechanism for drinking water while we're talking. I was like, why don't I have the drop cups? Right?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, duh. And this is sort of like the opposite of what Liquid Death stands for. Like Liquid Death comes aluminum can, it's indefinitely recyclable. It's better for the environment. But I was looking at those little plastic party cups.
Oh yeah, and I was actually thinking coffee cups would be cool.
Oh, coffee, that's more sustainable
with a D on it or whatever.
Oh,
there's so much. Yeah, Ronnie did the C10 Talk ones, and I have a C10 Talk coffee mug, and it's just cool.
All right. Goodbye, Liquid Death. It's been fun. I'm making my own thing now. But yeah.
And also, there has to be a competitor to Liquid Death coming out. It is too popular a canned aluminum, aluminum can water, there's gonna be like, Red Bull, when Red Bull came out, it was Red Bull, and then all of a sudden, boom, it took off.
Yeah.
There's got to be another competitor. We're gonna go to that competitor and get sponsored.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's stick it to the man.
That's what happens, man.
Yeah.
Liquid Death, they come out, they're like the underdog, but now they're huge.
Yeah.
And then someone will come right up underneath them and push them up to corporate status and all that
And
stuff.
that's pretty much already what has happened. So
Yeah.
now we'll just we're the kind of the underdog kind of guys, so we'll just go with the other people.
I know, it just tastes like crap. We're like,
Hold on. When Liquid Death actually does send me some product, can you edit all of this out?
They're like, we were going to, but then we would listen to the podcast. And you're going to be like, that's a lie. You didn't listen to the podcast.
Whoa, huh?
Yeah.
So anyway, but all right, I gotta get to the shop. So
I got to get to editing.
all right, cool. Well, this was fun. This is a nice little conversation.
That's what the coffee cup's going to say. A nice little conversation.
Oh, that's actually I like that a lot. Actually,
Yeah.
a pleasant conversation.
Coffee conversation.
A coffee conversation. But anyway,
I'm going to go. Anyway.
thanks for checking out this week's episode, The Drop with Frank and Brian. Make sure you go to our websites, livelifecustom.com, grinder-tv.com. We got giveaways, all sorts of stuff going on. Go to the websites, check it out.
Yeah. And we got a new one coming up because by the time this is up,
That's why I didn't say what we are giving away at this moment, which is September 28th, because it probably will be done by then.
or just getting. Anyways, whatever. We're going to
Anywho.
check our websites out. We'll have stuff to give away.
Yep, cool. All right, we'll see you
All
next
right.
week. Later.